Hey guys, my name's Jerry. I am the owner of PSDesigns. We've been making Wickerbills now for Challengers and Chargers, Chrysler 300s, um, all Mustangs. So if you already have one, we really appreciate the purchase. We really appreciate the support that you've given us. Um, we have come out with a new design, and one of the reasons we have done this, I'm going to be completely honest, I'm tired of China copying everything that we design here. You can buy and find our V2s and V3s all over the place by Chinese sellers. So if you want to save $1 or $10 or whatever they're charging less than me, just know you will not get this grade of plastic. You will not get this grade of hardware kit for their $60 or $70 or whatever they're selling them for. And I also promise you, you will not get their personal cell phone number where you can call them and ask them questions about, hey, how do I do this? Or, or just call me and thank me for giving you a good product. So anyway, what we have done, we have come up with this is our V2R Wickerbill kit. Most Wickerbills that you are used to are one solid piece this entire length. We've done this for several reasons. The main reason is there have been a lot of people that just have trouble installing these things. They try to tape that long, 56-inch long piece onto the back of their spoiler. They don't get it lined up right. They don't get the spacing right. They don't get it centered. Or they get it drilled and find out they're stressing it in a direction that this plastic doesn't want to go, and in time they have trouble with it. So if you get your package and you open it up and you're like, hey, this is not the correct Wickerbill. This is the correct Wickerbill for your car. This is what we're going to do from now on. So the way to install this is we're not going to go through an entire Wickerbill installation on a car today, because I think most of you know how to install and drill holes and set rib nuts. With the parts pack, there are QR codes on here where you can go to our YouTube channel and you can watch a full install of the longer Wickerbill kit. We've got them on there for a Charger. We've got them on there for a Challenger. So that will give you kind of a few tips and tricks of what to do, how to drill, how to use the rib nut tool. There is a rib nut tool included in here. All stainless steel hardware, aluminum rib nuts, so nothing's going to rust on the back of your car. So let's get started here. So instead of starting with the long Wickerbill kit like I think most of you guys are used to, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the center section. So what I want you to do is take this center section, line it up, get it centered on the back of your car. You can take these two holes right here. You can center that up with your backup camera. And this is for the Charger, but this process works for the Challenger, the Chrysler 300, the Mustang, Camaro, whatever you have. This same process works for everybody. So take the center section first. Tape it up, get it centered on your car, and drill the 4 holes. Use your pilot drill first, 1/8 inch pilot. Drill those 4 holes. Remove this. Once you've got those 4 pilot holes in there, take your 25/64 drill bit and drill those 4 holes. At that point, from your parts pack, take your rib nut and insert those 4 rib nuts in there and use the tool to set your rib nuts. You have to compress those rib nuts just like a pop rivet. Once those rib nuts are set, those threaded inserts, you're ready to go. So at that point, you have the 4 holes. So take 1/2 of this, take 2 bolts, insert 2 bolts into the 2 rib nuts that you already have, say on the left side of the car. That will allow you to come out here and mark this hole and this hole and drill that and set your rib nut for the outside 2 holes, because you're using these 2 holes for the smoked center section that you've already set. Then repeat the process. Go to the other side of the car, put 2 bolts in here and here. This is going to align it to the right side of your car. Hold it in place. When you do this, just use the bolt. The bolts are countersunk. The bolts are going to self-center in the holes of the Wickerbill, the holes of this. So once you have these two bolts in, you can come out here, because this is going to self-align, come out here and mark and drill these two holes on the opposite side. At that point, drill the outside two holes with your 25/64 drill bit, set those riv nuts. So now you've got all 8 riv nuts set. Now it's time to install. So go through, I don't know if you can see this on the table, go through, and the left and right section, they go on first. They go up against your spoiler, and then the smoke section goes on top of that to the back side. So as you're tightening those down with a 1/8 inch Allen wrench, before you get too tight and too snug, take these two sections, bring them together, line them up, make sure the gap is closed, and then go ahead and do your final torque on the bolts. Do not put Loctite or any kind of a thread locking compound on your bolts. What will happen is, if you put thread locking compound on your bolts, there's going to be a chemical reaction that's going to react between the Loctite and the plastic, and it's going to smoke the plastic, and it's going to make it brittle, and they're going to crack. So as you go through and you bring these two together, that gap's going to close up. The smoked center section is going to come on from behind, and it's going to sandwich the main part of the Wickerbill between the smoked center section and the spoiler. So everything's going to be nice and flush and flat. And as long as you bring those two pieces together, everything is going to look exactly like any other Wickerbill kit that we've ever sold. So here's another thing. You would be surprised how many people call me or send me a message and say, "What are you doing? You're ripping me off. You sent me a piece of cardboard." This is not cardboard. This is smoked acrylic, CNC cut, with a brown protective paper on top of it. When you are ready to do your final torque down of the bolts, then peel the paper off of it. It's just going to protect it while you're doing your install, while you're drilling and getting everything set and ready to go. So yeah, there's a few reasons why we did this. The first is they're just easier to install. One person can install it. You don't have to call a buddy or bring a friend over and say, "Hey, or hold this side while I hold that side," and get it all taped up and lined up. This way, all you have to do is get this part centered up. And once you get this part, this is your orientation for everything else. So as long as you get this centered and level and drilled correct, everything else is going to come out fine. My phone number is 937-935-5595. I promise you're not going to be able to get, if you order one of those Chinese parts, you will not speak with those guys. You will not get a phone number from them. And I mean, I get calls all times of the day, evening, mornings, weekends, holidays. And 9 times out of 10, if my phone's there, I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to talk to you. So I appreciate everything that you guys do. I love these things. I drive a wide body Challenger. My wife has a wide body Charger. I've been a CNC designer for probably 23 or 24 years. This is not my first rodeo here. I've done this for a long time, and we're actually designing an entire car right now. So you keep checking out our YouTube, and you'll see some stuff going on there. So again, I appreciate it, and I hope you guys have a great day. God bless you, and if you have any questions, give me a call. Thanks.